I'm Miller-Kelley with Asian Media Network, and welcome to episode 2 of Real Estate and Lifestyle. The show is co-produced by Asian Media Network and our great partners, Elizabeth Miller-Kelley and Cheryl Miller-Kelley. They are the top 2% realtors in Arizona, and they are from My Home Group Real Estate. Welcome Cheryl and Elizabeth back to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mai. We're super excited to be here for episode 2. We got so much positive feedback. This week, we're going to bring you to the community of Ahwatukee, Arizona.
We're excited to share our passion for real estate and to also share some lifestyle tips. Whether you're selling your home or buying a home, we're here to guide you along the way and to share some tips with you.
And again, I'd like to thank Elizabeth and Cheryl for all the information that you share with our viewer from the first episode. And guess what? We've received so many positive feedback about the translation services, which is not many people know about. So for viewer who first time watching this show, can you tell a little bit more about the translation services?
Absolutely. Buying a home is a huge endeavor, and we want people to feel comfortable, whether it's their English is their first language or it's not. They may not feel comfortable viewing a home or talking about a home unless it's in their native language. So we partner with title agencies that have a bevy of resources available for translations in person, as well as translations for documents, title and loan documents that can be translated into your native language so that you feel more comfortable.
And I think that's the great services because, like you said, purchase a home is one of the biggest decisions in life. And when you sign all of the documentation, you need to feel comfortable. What are all of these saying? And speaking about that, so the translation, are they available in all the languages or certain languages only?
They are available in every Asian language that I know of, and also in Spanish. But we have a website that one of the biggest resources that we have, and that website is a multicultural website, and it would list all of the languages that are offered. That means you can look at every document, every real estate document. There are buyer and seller guides. There's just guides to real estate in general. And I believe that would be a great resource for anybody who is looking to have any translation or looking for their native language.
And for you folk out there, if you need help with translation services, just pick up the phone and call Elizabeth or Cheryl. They would help you walk through the process at ease. And I know that both of you is the top 2% realtor in Arizona. So how many realtors are they currently active?
There's 42,000 active realtors in the state of Arizona right now.
Wow. And how is it ranking work? Is based on the volume?
Well, based on the volume.
Wow. And that means very impressive that you both are the top 2% in the state of Arizona. Can you tell us a little bit about the company that you've been with, My Home Group Real Estate?
My Home Group is the number 2 broker in Arizona, and they did $8 billion in sales in 2021.
Wow, that's $8 billion? That number, very impressive.
Each week, we're going to explore different cities within Maricopa County, and we're going to take a look at the real estate market as well. And we're hoping that we can offer you some great information that you can take with you when you're thinking about buying and selling your home.
And I know that this week, as Elizabeth mentioned at the beginning of the show, we're gonna bring you to Ahwatukee. So why is Ahwatukee? Why we choose Ahwatukee? Maybe Cheryl and Elizabeth can share with us some interesting facts about Ahwatukee.
Well, first of all, when you finally figure out how to spell it, it's actually not a city in itself. It is part of Phoenix proper. So where you saw the map pan in and you saw all of these different neighborhoods of Phoenix, Ahwatukee is a very select area located between the 202, the 101, and the 10. And if you look at South Mountain on the map that you'll see, Ahwatukee actually forms a triangle. So the hypotenuse of the triangle is South Mountain, and you have zip code 85045 over there on the corner, and then it is a straight line, and you have 85048 there, and then you go up to the top of the mountain range and you're at 85044. So if you wanted to select a home in Ahwatukee, you would have to zero in on those zip codes, because if you just put Phoenix, you're getting a huge complement of homes. Now, Ahwatukee actually means the house of dreams. Maybe it's the house of your dreams with over 87,000 residents.
And one of them is me. I've been living in Ahwatukee in the last 12 years.
Awesome. This community offers small town feel. Neighbors quickly get to know each other as they head to the local coffee shop for a cup of inspiration, or to a family-owned restaurant for lunch, where you see plenty of familiar faces.
This small town feel means residents have the best of both worlds. They can live in a family-friendly and welcoming neighborhood that feels relaxed, and all within easy access to everything the Valley has to offer.
The expansion of the Loop 202 project has facilitated easy access north and west without having to go through Phoenix.
Ahwatukee is home to the annual Festival of Lights, and I noticed just recently that they started putting the lights up. I heard that there's over 1 million lights that are going to be on display. Not only that, Ahwatukee boasts tons of golf courses and walking, mountain biking, and jogging trails, and even hang gliding.
This beautiful community is part of Phoenix and one of 15 villages designated by the city. This vibrant village is a blend of unlimited outdoor activities, culturally diverse activities, luxurious resorts, fabulous spa experiences, remarkable retail shopping, deluxe hotel accommodations, and very well manicured golf courses. Ahwatukee is also host to seasonally warm, sun-drenched weather and panoramic views. All of this making it one of the most desirable places in Arizona to live, work, play, and raise a family.
Ahwatukee has earned a well-deserved reputation for its outstanding schools within the Kyrene School District, along with offering a diverse range of choices for preschool through high school students.
Well, thanks to Elizabeth and Cheryl for sharing the interesting fact about Ahwatukee. And I am myself being the resident of Ahwatukee in the last 12 years. I can attest everything that they said is so true. I love the quiet neighborhood, feel safe, and also the mountain view, the hiking, and easy access to the freeway, and also a very good school district for our children. So I've been living in there for 12 years and I love it. Now we already tell the viewer about how wonderful Ahwatukee is. Let's talk about the market in Ahwatukee. Is there any current listing, anything that you'd like to share with our viewer?
Well, yes, Mai. Ahwatukee is a very desirable area. People like to go there because they like the gated communities, they like the accessibility to the schools, they like their children maybe to be able to walk to the schools and to after-school activities. But let's talk a little bit about the market. The market in Ahwatukee is always hot. There never seems to be enough homes. People are looking for very specific things. And Cheryl and I have often worked with clients who have not even come to look at the home. They're purchasing online. We just sold one of the homes in Ahwatukee to an Alaskan, and they wanted a vacation retreat when the Alaskan weather gets a little too cold to bear, and they want to come to Arizona, and their daughter is going to ASU, so we found them a lovely vacation home right there in Ahwatukee with views of Four Peaks Mountain, peace and tranquility. But let's just talk about the general market. People say, what does this mean about the market? Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? Well, what's happened recently is we're coming more into balance. And what balance means is that is the relationship between the homes for sale and the homes that are selling. So when you come into balance, there's not more of one than the other. It's more even.
Right. And I wanted to add too, when we were talking about the Alaskan client, they didn't even see the home. They came out, we did a little video for them with their realtor, and they bought the home sight unseen and absolutely fell in love with it when they came out. And we actually closed on the home before they actually saw it. So we felt pretty good about that, and we were proud that we were able to bring that to them and enjoy it as much as they did.
So very often we help our clients, they say, well, I'm from out of town, I'm just going to rent. But very often we can help find you a home where you're going to pay less than you would to get a rental.
And during the time that they're not there, can they turn it to A and B?
They could if we will assist them on reading what they call the CC&Rs, the covenants and restrictions for each of the communities. Some of the communities now in Phoenix have a time period. Residents don't want to see the home turned over day after day into an Airbnb, but perhaps they could rent it out for a month or for 2 months. And we would help anyone interested in purchasing a home in Ahwatukee as an investment to be able to find all the facts they need to make an informed decision.
Especially given that we're hosting the Super Bowl this year, you can bet that there'll be a lot of people Airbnb-ing their homes. And we see it all the time, but even more so now.
That was so wonderful to know about Ahwatukee. And if people want to look at the house in Ahwatukee, can you show some of the house?
The home that Cheryl just mentioned, purchased by our Alaskan client, is this first home that you're going to see here in the photos. As you look at the photos, you will see why these residents were drawn to Arizona. Look at the views of Four Peaks in the background. When you're sitting in this home, you see nothing behind you. You see open space and just hear quail in the background, and you can look up and see a hang glider. You can see people walking on the trails. A beautiful home. This home was single story and it had an office, perfect Southwest style. Now, right across the street is another home that we just sold with more of a modern flair to it. And this particular home had an elevator and a new kitchen and all kinds of amenities that someone moving in might want, especially let's call it mother-in-law suite down in the basement where a parent or a grown child could live and have separate quarters.
It had a Tesla charging station, which I thought was great because I have a Tesla, but it also had the pool in the front yard, which we don't see that often. And that was kind of a neat feature, and everybody that came in just commented about it and said, you walk right into this home and you see this beautiful pool before you even get through the front door. It was pretty cool.
Now, an interesting story here is that Cheryl and I actually worked for different brokerages. And a few years ago, she was representing the buyer and I was representing the seller. And we represented both sides of the transaction with different brokerages. And we had the most beautiful home with the most beautiful views in all of Ahwatukee. Nightly sunset views, sunrise views, and Cheryl and I just started working together. We went to the same brokerage, My Home Group Real Estate, and the rest is history. We also sold this last home that you'll see here on South 18th Street. Was the home that we talked about in the first episode. where Mai talked about how effective it is to get your home staged. That staging made all the difference. This particular home, and you'll see some before and after photos, this particular home did not show as well as it did once it was staged. Again, if you check out Spice Up Your Home staging and furniture and go into the owner Talia Stennett, if you are interested in anything she has for sale in her store right on Arizona Avenue in Chandler, and you mention that you saw this on Asian Media Network, she will give you a 15% discount.
That's great.
Yeah.
Talia's the best.
Well, it makes such a big difference with the home decor and staging is what you have seen in the last episode. So for this episode, what would be the good lifestyle tip that we can give to our viewer?
Well, we feel that some of the most effective lifestyle tips when you're selling your home are related to repairs. And the repairs make a big difference on selling your home. I have to tell you, if your home is not ready, roof problems, leaky faucets, toilets leak, we have even people that sometimes haven't changed their filters in their air conditioners. Light bulbs aren't changed. Some of the simplest things that you could do to make sure that your home is ready. And just having a technician come out and check your air conditioner. Things like that, right, Elizabeth? That makes a difference, doesn't it?
One of the things that we do with our clients is it's not just about selling the home, putting it on the market, finding a price. We work with you to get you top dollar on your home. And if you're putting a home on the market that is not ready,
right,
people are going to look past it. In this market, maybe a year ago when the market was crazy, people were just buying anything just because I need a house. But now that there are more homes on the market, they say, oh, well, maybe I like the one from yesterday because the counters were all new and the toilet was new and it was freshly painted. That means something. Does that mean that you have to put a ton of money in your home when selling it? No. Like Cheryl said, there's quick tips. Change light bulbs. Have a bright light, not a dim light on one and on another one it's not working. Lighting makes a big difference. You may want to consider your own staging. Maybe if you don't want a professional stager, that's the time you're going to talk about minimizing and decluttering.
Right. But also one thing too, when you're considering an inspection on the home and you have done those repairs, let me tell you, the transaction goes so much smoother if you've taken care of those repairs before you actually list your home.
And that is so true from the buyer standpoint. If they see the house is well maintained, it gives them confidence that this house is in a good shape. If they moving, buying this house, they will not have any major problem because the previous owner actually maintain it well and keep us on good track.
You're absolutely right, Mai, absolutely. Well, our second lifestyle tip is decluttering. And decluttering is a big thing too, because if you can get rid of a lot of the stuff in your home that's not needed and you open up the spaces and you feel, you just feel like it's open, especially bedrooms, things like that, it makes it so much more of a value to people when they walk in the door. They walk in and they feel comfortable. They say, oh my gosh, this home is great. And they feel that if people are organized and things are organized in the home, again, that it's well maintained.
If you're looking to sell your home, maybe you want to go down to one of these value stores, TJ, dollar store, you want to buy some bins, or you can get them on Amazon, and maybe you want to put things in so it looks all uniform. And then when they open up the pantry, they're like, oh, so much space. As Cheryl was mentioning, often when clients clutter, well, I've got a shelf here so I can put things on it. When they clutter it with too much stuff, people think there's not enough space for their belongings. So if there's open space, that looks okay. It's okay because it reassures them that you're going to move into this house and have plenty of space.
And it makes it look bigger.
It does.
And that helps a lot.
and it look organized and it please the eye. And
Yes.
people just like the fact that, oh, this organized, it look like some of the catalog or in the magazine, and they want to move in right away.
Or Marie Kondo. I'm sure everybody's seen Marie Kondo's organizational shows.
Yes.
And she just takes little things. It's just small things. But that's how we work together with our clients to help them do one small thing at a time. This process is overwhelming at times. It's overwhelming, and some people just don't even know where to start. So we go in and we provide assistance as needed.
And I know Elizabeth is from one of the open house in Ahwatukee in my neighborhood. And when I walk into the open house, I was like, wow, this is completely different than the house that I've been before, because she kind of like, I have to say, makeover of the house.
It was a makeover.
Completely transforming the house to like just a regular home to like a resort style. And I'm like, wow, that's all I can say. So Elizabeth and Cheryl, you guys did a wonderful job. I mean, with transforming the house and have it ready to show, and no wonder it sells so fast, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As we mentioned that in the first show, that one home had been on the market for a year and a half and only got 7 showings. And we took care, we worked with the homeowner, we had a stucco wall replaced, we had a pool filter replaced, we had painting redone. He did put some money into it, but what it ended up doing was it gave him money back tenfold, because as Mai mentioned, the potential buyer was not worried about what was going to happen when I buy the house. There were no secrets. So that home then eventually sold in 29 days. Instead of a year and a half on the market, we took it over. It was 29 days.
And that's awesome. And that makes the big difference between a good realtor versus a so-so realtor. So coming to with Elizabeth and Cheryl, you can have the confidence that they will make your home look beautiful to the eyes of the buyers. Well, that's the conclusion of our real estate and life show today. Thank you for watching our show, and don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share this video so more people will know about it.
Thank you all for watching this episode, and we look forward to welcoming
You home to Ahwatukee.